So, I'd like to talk a little bit just for a minute about sleep apnea. This is an area that I was introduced to in dentistry probably about 7 years ago, and I'm just going to give you a little. I'm going to do numerous videos on this because it's an area that of interest of mine, and so I'll be doing more videos on it. But as an introduction, I'm going to start with talking about where I started, how I kind of got into interest in this. And it started actually decades ago when I graduated from dental school, and my father, who was always a snorer, loud snorer, um, uh, had come into my office after I graduated, probably a couple of years after I graduated, and my mother had been complaining about his snoring. And I had just read something about this appliance that I could make to move the jaw forward to help with snoring. And this is 20 years ago. Um, and before dentists were really, it was really the beginning of when dentists played any kind of role in treating sleep apnea. Of course, I didn't know what I was doing, but I did make him an appliance, and it did help his snoring. The appliance held up for about a year, and then they live in Connecticut, and I was here, so I didn't make another one. In the meantime, he actually went to um, a friend of his who was an ear, nose, and throat specialist, and they decided to do U-triple-P surgery on him, which is nasty. It is where they burn out your soft palate to in an attempt to open the airway up. Um, Very low predictability with that procedure, and it didn't work on him. So um, a few years later, he actually finally went in for a sleep study and was diagnosed with um, sleep apnea and has been using a CPAP machine since then for probably the last 10 years. CPAP stands for continuous positive airway pressure. It is a machine that consists of a mask. The mask can either cover your nose and your mouth. Some of them just cover your nose, but basically what it's doing is it is pushing air through your nose to inflate the airway during sleep. A lot of people cannot tolerate that. Probably over 50% of the population that tries that cannot tolerate it. The next line of defense for treating sleep apnea is a dental appliance. And so I'll pick up in another video sometime about how sleep appliances are used, or how sleep appliances are used, and also kind of more information about sleep apnea.